there, Shauna Mahaney, Super Show Director for Groups at Full Bliss, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about my follow-up system that I'm using to help me keep on top of following up with my customers for my Scentsy business. So our Scentsy business is like any other business out there as far as it is all customer service driven. Scentsy consultants are a dime a dozen. I've heard that before. But what makes my Scentsy clients loyal to me is my great customer service. And my great customer service starts and ends with follow-ups. So a little bit of math for you, for those of you that are just not real sure about whether or not it's worth the work of a follow-up. Statistically speaking, an average customer spends about $40 an order. An order is about $40. Statistically speaking. As Scentsy consultants, we're always shooting for that $2,000 in sales a month, so we get that pay raise, that bonus, that 5% bonus. So in order to have $2,000 in PRV, you need approximately 50 customers to purchase $40 in product from you. Okay, so that can be a little overwhelming, but you know what? You're out there, you're going at it, you're doing great, you're having parties. I mean, my goodness, you have one party, you walk in, that's 10 people right there, right? So it's not as overwhelming as you might think it is. And most people will buy twice, okay? So the average customer, the average Scentsy customer spends $40 an order, and they do that twice a year, okay? So we've already decided that you need 50 customers a month to make your 2,000. Well, if you follow up, then that customer is going to do it twice, okay? So if you never followed up with anybody and they only purchased from you one time, that would mean you would need 600 customers in the first year to consistently make $2,000 in sales a month. And that's crazy. Nobody's got time for that. But if you follow up with those customers, not only are they going to come back and buy from you again, but they're going to see that you care about them and their business and you appreciate them, and they're going to refer their friends to you. And so your business is going to grow so fast. So here's how I work my system. I have a 222 is what I call my follow-up system. 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. Now, I know a lot of you feel like snail mail is a waste of time, but I love, love, love handwritten thank you notes. So I send handwritten thank you notes, and that is what I do 2 days after their order. So as soon as I see it, as soon as I see that they've ordered, at least within 2 days, I send them a handwritten thank you note. I always try to put something a little bit personal on there, you know, something about whatever they bought. Maybe they bought your favorite bar wax, and you could say, you know, I love and happiness smell as well, whatever. 2 days out, all it is a thank you for your order. I appreciate you buying from me. Here's my contact information. That's it. Now, 2 weeks later, you're going to follow up with them again. And here's why. I have found so many times what happens is 2 weeks later, they may not have even opened their product. And if they're not opening their product, then they're not using their product and they're not coming back because they're not hooked like we are. So 2 weeks out, I'm going to follow up with them again. I use a couple of different methods. A lot of time, I will just simply call them on the phone. And it's important to know that at the 2 week follow-up, I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm just following up on what they got. I just want to know if they liked it, if they liked the smell, if everything was like it needed to be. I want to make sure they opened it. I want to make sure that the light bulb worked, you know, just those kind of things. Now, if it's not something where I can give them a phone call and talk to them, I might use an app like Slide Dial. Where it is a great app where you can actually pre-record a message and it sends it to them. It goes right to their voicemail, so that if you're doing your follow-ups in the middle of the day and you know they're at work, things like that, they can follow. You know, you can still get your follow-ups done and be in a time frame that works for both of you. Now, it's important that you remember, though, when you do your Slide Dial follow-up at the 2 weeks, you want to make sure that you're giving them a reason to call you back. So you might not say something like, hey, see, this is Shauna. I was just following up with you on that bar of love and happiness that you ordered. I have a lot of people that are really liking it, and I'm thinking about getting us some in for stock. Was going to see if you thought that'd be a good idea. Easy. It gives her a reason to call you back. Okay, so that's your 2-week follow-up. So we did a note at 2 days. We did a call at 2 weeks. At 2 months, this is the time that you are going to follow up again. And I always try at this follow-up to offer them a new product line. So I might, at 2 months, I might say, hey, Sue, Shauna, I was just checking in with you. Been a couple months since we chatted. I've made some of these washer whiff samples. I don't know if you've tried our washer whiffs. I really love them. And I was wondering if I could drop a sample by for you sometime this week. Okay, so what am I done? I've touched base with them again. I have made them, they got a thank you note. I know they like their product. And now I know that they should probably be out of that product, but I'm not even going to talk to them about buying it. I'm just going to say if I can bring them something else. A lot of times at this point, I'll also say something along the lines of, you know, I was thinking about you today. I know you got to be out of that ocean Scentsy wax, and I know it's your favorite, but I was wondering if maybe you'd like to get yours for free this month. So what have I done there? I've opened up the door for a conversation on hosting. Or I could say something along the lines of, hey, following up on you, I know you love Ocean, and did you know that I have 2 of your friends have ordered Ocean from me just this month? You know, I was wondering if maybe you should think about being a consultant. Let them order from you. Now I've opened up a door for recruiting, all within my follow-up. The way I keep up with my follow-up system is really pretty simple. I have a calendar. It's just a cheap calendar. It is not my day planner. It is just a cheap calendar. And I simply write their name on the date. So if today, or as soon as I write their thank you note, the day I write their thank you note, I go 2 weeks later, I write their name and number on that date. And 2 months later, I write their name on that calendar spot as well. It's easy as that. All right, I hope this has helped. Please know that if you are not doing follow-ups, it is never too late to start. And sometimes it's okay just to call up your girls and say, hey, look, you know what? New year, new me, and I'm trying to be better at doing follow-ups, and I know I'm not really good at it, so I'm just going to apologize, and I'm following up now. People will respect you for being so honest with them. And it'll make you look personable. And like, if you can do it and mess up and admit it, they can do it too. All right, hope this helped you.